If that 1J blows up, I'm putting my RB28 in it. What's up, guys? So it has been a very long time since the last time I actually made a video for this channel, and I figured it's time to kind of go ahead and step forward and just push through this and, not really go over everything that's happened and transpired over the past few months, but really just kind of catch you guys up on what's been going on, where I'm headed with this, and just kind of regroup and readjust for what the future brings for this. So as you guys know, back in March, I shut the shop down, which was not really fun for me as a business owner to have to downsize and get everything back here to the house. It's not the end of the world, but as you can see, I don't know if I've made actually videos since then. I've got a lift, got a tire machine, got a lot of other things here now that make life a little bit easier. But moving forward, it's just been a lot to, regroup with. It's a lot. A lot of things have happened. And pretty much as you see right behind me, the 34 finally has its engine out. It's been down for like 3 months. I've been grouping together parts and really kind of just getting ready for the build of this. I really wish I had taken the time to actually video it, but as I said before, I'm regrouping and actually starting to do videos again. It's something I've really missed about this channel and about my hobby, which is building cars and just overall getting parts back, getting good deals to everybody, helping out and sharing knowledge and just sharing a lot of the builds that I've done over the past few years. But some things that have happened. Really not much on the business aspect of things. We still have our website. I still have dealer accounts with everybody, and those dealers are growing every day. And I mean, we got everything from outside of garage stuff to Link ECUs. We've got everything in between. And when I say we, I mean myself and the business. Kind of just back at ground zero, I guess you could say. That it's just is what it is. But going forward, everything's still back here at the shop. I've got a bunch of plans that I hope go according to the plan. But for right now, everything's back to square one, but we're just a lot better positioned to do more videos and to finally get some traction here at the house to where I'm back to doing what I love. That with a new job and a lot of other things going on that have been in the positive side of things. So it's a really nice change. Like I said, the engine bay is dirty. I've got a ton of parts to throw at this car. The motor's out. New transmission to go in. One of the other things that has kind of been, if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, one of the things that has changed is I have sold the second longest owned car about 2 months ago. And I sold my R32 GTR. It sucks. It's not the fact I'm leaving the GTR or the R chassis community. It's the approach into something unfamiliar and new. I sold it to get a JZX 100 Chaser Tour V, something I've wanted for a very long time. And as I've been building these cars over the past few years, I've noticed a trend where JZs are cheaper to build. I'm not going to say they're better than RBs. And I'll give you guys a rundown of my Chaser here shortly. But I pulled the motor out of my GTR, my RB28, and I've got a running joke with myself. If that 1J blows up, I'm putting my RB28 in it and never looking back at the JZ side of things again. Personally, still build cars for people, still build engines. I'm giving JZs a shot on my spectrum here. And it'll be interesting to see how it goes, because watching these JZs I've built, as well as the RBs, it's really interesting how they make power. They're indifferently different. They're odd, and that's just the way I can put it. This isn't a debate. It's something that they both have their pros and cons. I'm just kind of finally tiptoeing into my own personal venture into JZs. One of the biggest reasons I feared my RB any of the stuff with the GTR is how responsive it was. And I can go, if somebody is ever interested in that, I can go over the whole build list with it. But the engine itself was just overly developed. A lot of time, money, and effort went into that. It's got a ton of rare parts and a bunch of, not really one-off, but one-off requested things I've done to that engine that made it exactly what I wanted. However, if you window out a RB26 block, I've gone through so many RB26 blocks to find the perfect 26 block that I could actually do a bore and a stroke that, you know, I felt comfortable with, and actually talking with enough of the engine builders and, you know, everybody from Japan, New Zealand, Australia, that gave me the insight and the knowledge, and I was able to do sonic testing on my own blocks. And I've got a block that I was comfortable with, but finding those blocks that are guaranteed to be good and a perfect, like the unicorn of the RB26, the 05U blocks. I mean, I've seen the sonic testing and all the testing they've done from PRP, and at this point, if I did window a block, I just go with the billet wet deck block. And you can't really just do that with a JZ. You go get an IS300, you know, bottom end, you know, throw some forged rods and pistons in it and call it a day, and bam, you're back in business. Whereas RBs here in the States, they're really, really hard to get nowadays. And not the fact of the rarity, it's just expensive. You've got to have deep pockets, even if you get a heritage block. And now that Dart and PRP are in the business of making these billet blocks, as well as I'm sure there's other, say, billet companies that develop these and build, or, you know, machine these motors or these blocks. It's just expensive. And it's one of those things that it was in the back of my head. I really couldn't enjoy the GTR for what I built it for, just simply for the fact that I had this nagging feeling about blowing up a motor, windowing a block. So as of right now, that block, or that whole RB28, is actually going to be shoved into the A31 for this season, while I refresh the other 26 that came out of it. And it's just one of those things. So without further ado, I'd like to kind of just show you, well, the JZX 100, and kind of go over that car with you real quick. So, sorry for the echo. It's, well, the upstairs garage is going to echo. So, well, as you can see it, here's the JZX 100. So, it did have some work XT or T7Rs on it, and I'll do away with those because you know I love my 3-piece Johnnies. And of course, if you've been watching, I got a sweet tag for it. You can guess what the tag says. I'm going to leave that up to you. I've got one of the homies R33 sedans here that's getting some work done. But let's dive into this thing. It is relatively mint, and it still has the door still plastic. Ignore that. I got to get this thing detailed. Man, that interior is just mint. It's got some few goodies done to it. It's got BC coilovers. It's, like I said, it's not super outlandishly done, but it's nice enough to where I felt it was worth it. And like I said, it's one of those cars that I'm really excited about, because I've wanted one of these for a very long time, and I'm very blessed to have gotten it. So, a quick dive into it. I really want to do an 8HP into it. Kyle has done a pretty cool job doing his 8HP with a clutch pedal emulator on his. I just can't justify doing an 8HP or a R154. It's just, it's nice to have an automatic car, and it's weird saying that, but you can actually put a clutch pedal in these. And that's the move for this car, because, I mean, who doesn't love this thing? And, like I said, I'm happy with it. I think it's probably the best, and probably the most money I've spent on a car in a very long time. Actually, probably ever, besides my dually. But it's got a Clio rad, some basic mods done to it. I got a few odds and ends I've ordered for it, and just starting to save up money for it to, you know, it's got like 96,000 kilometers on it. And my buddy, like, this car is, well, came here at the US, stock as could be. And as you see here, man, it's just freaking mint. I mean, it's got some really cool paint. And it's, I don't know. I can't complain about it. I love this thing. And I just wanted to kind of show that and kind of get you guys up to speed. I'm going to start doing more videos and more things because I've still got so much stuff to do on all these cars that I think it's just time to finally get back in the saddle of making videos. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video on me catching up to it, on everything that's been going on. And if you like that, like, subscribe, share it, and got some more things in the works here coming soon. See you guys. Peace.